Welcome back to another edition of Research Fantasy presents our NFL preseason DFS picks for Saturday, August 19th, 2017. We've got a healthy slate of games today. Let's waste no time with the quarterback I like the most, Alex Smith of the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, that probably sounds like it's coming out of left field, and I hope I haven't lost you already. But the reality of the situation is that Smith is going to see a full half of football. While this is a running team and a defensive-minded team, I do think there is some pressure on Alex Smith put there by Patrick Mahomes and the skill set that he brings to try to push things. The Chiefs can do that this year because they do have Tyreek Hill. I expect them to come out firing once again. I do think that Smith will be looking to try to target Hill deep. I think they'll work a lot of their passing options into the game as they try to figure out what life after Jeremy Maclin is going to look like. Not that it was a very active life last year as it was. I think that a lot of people will be adverse to the idea of playing Smith because of the fact that he's not a high-profile fantasy quarterback to begin with. Everybody wants to try to find that backup quarterback that's going to get extended run, and I don't hate that concept, but I just see this situation working out a little bit differently. Could be completely wrong. That's the preseason. Despite what anybody wants to tell you, there is more luck involved in the preseason than any other time of the year because you just really don't know what the game plan is going to be. The Chiefs just as easily could go out there and hand the ball off every single time to their running backs. I don't see that happening. I want to get some exposure to Alex Smith. I just don't think he's going to be highly owned. In my head, I have him pegged at somewhere around 150 and 2 touchdowns. That's a lot of hope. That's a guess. There's no statistics that are going to support that, but that's just my gut feeling on the situation tonight. At running back, I want to take a look at Joe Mixon. I'm still not sold on Joe Mixon. I could go into a litany of reasons why. If you want to listen to our podcast, we're going to be putting up later this week a new one coming out. I'll drop the link in this video. Eventually, I'll post it on all of our social media as well. But Mixon just didn't face competition in college. You can cut it however you want, but the Big 12 is a joke when it comes to defenses. This is a huge step up. He looked good. I expect them to continue to try to feed him. They know what they have in Jeremy Hill. For the most part, they know what they have in Gio Bernard. I think that this week is the week that they really try to work Mixon in to see what they can have him do in the regular season. From there, I'll go with Jamaal Williams because opportunity is everything. And he was being highly touted out of BYU despite missing all of 2015 with an injury. Came back solid. Like, there's no discounting the fact that he looked very good last year. He's looked solid thus far in camp. Ty Montgomery has been sidelined this week. Does not look like he's going to play. Aaron Jones is deeper on the depth chart than I would have thought because he was a stellar running back at UTEP who also dealt with an entire 2015 injury as well. I expect Williams to run with the first unit a lot, probably the second unit some. I would definitely look to get clarification on Ty Montgomery, and if he's out, it's hard to ignore the upside of Jamaal Williams tonight. Moving to wide receiver, I'm going to pair Alex Smith with Tyreek Hill. Like I said, I think that Smith is going to come out firing. I think that it wouldn't shock me if in the first drive he tries to go deep with Tyreek Hill, and if that connection is made, you're looking at a situation where Hill can have a catch for 50 yards and a touchdown, and already at that point he's almost a lock to be on the tournament-winning lineup just because it's hard to come back from that. Breakaway speed, expect them, if they're going to put Smith out there for a half, wouldn't shock me to see them put Tyreek out there for a half. Upside all day with this kid. Really like him. I think that he's a solid play. Could go overlooked tonight. Someone who absolutely in no scenario whatsoever will go overlooked is Kenny Golladay. This is going to be a guaranteed chalk play. Golladay ran with the first team some, but still primarily practiced with the second team. I think that they're going to just give him a lot of time out there as they're trying to work him into the offense. He very well could produce like we saw Tajay Sharp, Robbie Anderson produce last year. I'm looking his direction as somebody who could maybe not score 2 touchdowns, but he's somebody who could definitely end up with a nice day. I think the targets will be there, the catches, the yards, and if he scores, it's just going to be the cherry on the top. Let's wrap things up. Tight end is a tough decision, and thank goodness it looks like Rico Gathers is going to miss because he would have probably been a 70% owned chalk tight end play. I want to instead pivot to Jacob Hollister. Hollister was very much underowned last week, ended up with something like 7 catches for 115 yards. That's a monster fantasy day. We know that New England likes to target their tight ends. It's hard to imagine that either Dwayne Allen and Rob Gronkowski is going to see a ton of time. After what he did last week, I think there's a high probability that he'll be given some more run to see what he can do, and I think I really want to have some exposure to him. That'll wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure how many games go on between Sunday and Monday, so I may be back tomorrow with another video. If not, thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Check us out at researchfantasy.com. Follow us on Twitter at researchandwin, and join us again next time.